Fisherman Chris, podcast 24.
Yeah, we're there.
You're fishing.
Dude, I'm yanking them out.
Yeah. What'd you catch?
I've been catching a lot of smallmouth and a few trout.
Mm,
But
nice.
but the trout are starting the water's warming up and the trout are starting to stack up in the mouths of the creeks. Around here we got a lot of those mountain streams that roll into the river
Hmm.
because the river's heating up and the creeks are coming down cold. And
Gotcha.
man, they're starting to stack up in there.
Did you
But
did you did you go where me and you went that one time?
uh
Remember we had to like park across the street in the parking lot and then walk across into the
no, I
water?
haven't tried that spot yet. No, I haven't tried that one yet. But
Gotcha.
yeah, it's they're stacking up and it's starting to get like fishing in a barrel. But if you are a fly fisherman right now, you are in for a treat. Because the bugs are hatching right now and you got like a window of 1 to 2 weeks here. Man, if you're a fly fisherman, get out on the water now.
Nowhere around me I can fish because the daggone water is so level. It's so low.
Oh, I know, man. Someone asked me, "Well, you've been fishing a lot. Have you been going out in a canoe?" I said, "Heck, no."
I
I,
can't even do my. I bought a daggone canoe and I went a few times like a month ago, but I keep trying to go back down to Harper's Ferry, but the
mm,
water level's below. There's a gauge you can look at on the website.
right?
It's below like a foot. I mean, I can't go because I'll
Yeah,
just hit rocks.
right.
So it's
If I
it's low.
I don't have chest waders. I just have hip waders,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of spots of the river. If I had chest waders, I could probably walk the whole way across.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty low down there right now.
Hmm. Well, it's pretty. It's dry. I mean, there's like some kind of fires up in. Did you hear about the fires
I've heard about it. Yeah.
coming through New York? They're on like lockdown or something. I heard they can't go outside. They're not supposed to go outside.
Yeah, I just got an air quality alert on my phone,
Yeah, it's like
even
out here.
even from where I'm at,
Hmm.
and they claim all that I don't know, smoke and debris and everything's coming
Yeah,
our way. And I noticed on the way home from work, I just got off work as we're getting ready
it's
to
like
record this.
it's like a haze.
It's hazy.
That's
I
how it
mean,
is here.
yeah, it looks like it's about to rain or something, but there's no rain in the forecast at the moment. So,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So deer related. Me and TJ went to the farm Saturday
mm-hmm.
and spent the whole day there. Checked tree stands. Actually had TJ mow the clover.
Mm. Put
Showed
them
him
to work.
around. Yep. And then
Put 'em to
we
work
ended up.
like a dog.
I did. We ended up posting the rest of the property with trespassing signs. And I never been on the left side of the property, but I found a new stand location
Ah,
that I think can
nice.
be pretty good. We ended up putting a cell cam there, and it's pretty active. So
Hmm.
keep an eye on that. But before we did all that, the first thing we did was this is another update. We pulled our tissue samples.
Hmm.
So I got 3 samples I sent out Monday. They should have them by I think today actually. So I'd say in the next day or two I should have my emailed results.
I'm anxious to see.
Yep. So we'll see standard clover by itself, and then we'll see the micronutrient sprayed spots, and we'll see what the difference is.
Head to head battle
Yep. But
versus the non eh,
mhm.
nothing. You
Mhm.
didn't do anything to that other one, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'll explain like soil samples too, like where the soil is at pH wise,
Hmm.
and other people can do this as well. Because it's going to vary so much because the soil quality is different anywhere you go. If you're lacking one, you know, nutrient in the soil, it's going to throw a lot of it off. So it's going to vary, but it'll give us a good baseline, I guess,
Yeah.
for what we're doing. But
Yeah.
with that, mowing that clover, man, it is dry,
Oh yeah.
so dry.
Yeah. I'm afraid to do it here.
You haven't mowed yet, have you?
No.
I would
No.
not mow.
No, and I'm really not even seeing that much drying or browning out or anything from the IMOX that I sprayed.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's
Man.
been 2 weeks. Been 2 weeks, and I'm not really seeing any If anything, now everything's flowered up. My clover is even here at the camp. Remember we were talking 2 weeks ago? You said
Hmm.
yours weren't flowered out at all. Was it
Yep.
flowered out when you mowed?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, mine's behind camp here. That feed plot I got, it's all flowered up now. It looked like across the road.
Hmm. Well,
It
you can
came
see
on like
spots. You can see spots where the deer, were eating it.
right.
But majority of it, that wasn't eaten. It was all flowered up.
Right now, there's so many honeybees and bumblebees over there. When I walk over there, you just hear
Hmm.
you just
That's
a
how.
constant hum.
Yep. That's
You
how it
know,
was there. It was dark green. Uh, but I mean, it was dry.
yeah.
I did see. I had to mow it. I didn't want to, but I got other stuff to do over the next few weeks. But I did
Hmm.
see there's some rain coming Sunday. Um, and then like all next week, it's like scattered showers throughout the day.
Chances, yeah, yeah.
So it should
Well,
rebound a little bit.
this weekend I had that YouTube rendezvous in Clarion, Pennsylvania, where a bunch of different YouTube creators got together, and I think we had don't quote me, but I think there was 18 different channels there represented, something like that,
Hmm.
and the folks put it on, and they have an area there with a pond, and we had a fishing challenge. They had a brisket challenge. Two guys cooked brisket, and it was judged, and then they had a fire starting challenge with the old magnesium rod and the
Hmm.
steel, and there was a couple activities to do. Lots of good food to eat.
Did you
My
eat
much
brisket?
I did, and it was excellent. Their food, the
Yeah,
two
brisket's
guys
my
that
favorite.
cooked it, they did a good job. They did a really good job.
I love brisket.
A guy brought alligator tail and
Mm.
and breaded it and deep fried it. It was good, but man, it was some of it was like chewing a rubber tire.
Was it like was it like the processed stuff you can buy, or was it from a
I
legit?
I think he said when he went to Florida to see another. This guy travels around and uh, they camp a lot,
Hmm.
and that's part of his channel. And he went to see somebody in Florida, which the guy harvested a couple of gators and
Okay,
gave him a chunk of tail, and I think they had it vacuum sealed in like 3 pound packs or something like that.
gotcha. So I've had
So,
it both ways. I've had like fresh, and then I
mhm.
had the processed packaged stuff, and the processed packaged stuff did not agree very well
No,
with me. But the
no,
fresh stuff, I was good.
it didn't affect me, but yeah, there was like some really bad spots in it, almost like you get a steak or something with like
Hmm.
a section of gristle through it or something. Like there was a couple spots where I was like, "Oh crap, this can't be that tough, or nobody would eat it," you know.
Hmm.
So I spit that in a can and got a couple other pieces, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's better." But it has the consistency of really firm lobster.
Yeah. Yep.
The stuff's real firm.
It is
And then, of course, I had the much anticipated. They asked me to bring sloppy
bear.
joes made out of bear again,
You can have it.
and that's always a hit. Always
I
a
won't
hit.
eat it. I won't eat it.
You would eat mine. It just tastes like venison. That bear
Ugh.
was so young, you can't even. You would never know it. If I told you it was venison, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's good."
You need to come to my farm and kill a bear.
I would like to.
I
I would
keep
like.
getting pictures of it.
I want to kill some bears. I love killing bears.
It's
So
pretty
much
big. I
fun.
mean, I don't know much about bears, but it seems
There's a.
like it's
I
pretty.
guess I'm leaning the wrong way. There's a
Yeah.
big boy right there, man.
Hmm.
That's the one that made Pope and Young.
Nice. How much
Night.
away?
It was just barely over 300 pound, but the skull on it's 19 and an eighth. It's officially scored and in the record books of Pope and Young.
That bear tear you up.
It would have. Would
And throw
have.
you around like a rag doll.
Those things. 100 pounder would throw a person around.
Oh yeah, easy.
They're just. They've got strength like you cannot believe.
Hmm.
I've seen
Um.
guys that would screw a barrel of bait to a tree and they just rip the lag bolts right out.
Yep. Do you know what's you know what Sunday is?
This Sunday coming?
Yeah, it's a special day.
I don't know.
It's my birthday.
Oh,
What are you buying me?
so there's only 4 more shopping days left for Dave, and by the time this comes out, it'll be his birthday.
Yeah.
and he's
So
officially old.
the podcast is going to be
39 or
released.
40?
I'll be 39,
39.
and the podcast will be released on my birthday.
Yes, it will.
And guess where
That's
I'll
my
be?
birthday present to you.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I got you.
Guess where I'll be?
You'll be on a beach smoking a cigar, drinking beer.
No, I will
Right.
be in the mountains of Flintstone, Maryland.
Flintstone. I didn't know there was a Flintstone, Maryland.
Flintstone, Maryland. I'll be in the mountains camping all weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solo.
Yep. And then
No, you ain't going solo.
huh?
You ain't going solo. Who you taking?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
You're scared.
I ain't
You would
scared.
never. You don't go nowhere by yourself. You're scared.
I go everywhere by myself. But it's a secret. So, but anyway, we're going there, and there is bears there,
Mm.
and you gotta like, you gotta hide your food and stuff, either that or hang it. Because there is bears, but it's a really cool area because it's primitive like camping. So there's no electric, there's no water,
Mhm.
there's no nothing. So you have to bring everything with you, and each campsite is like a mile apart.
Oh.
So like when you're there, you don't hear nobody, you don't see
You're
nobody.
gonna be sitting around a fire in your underwear.
Yes, I am. And then I'll be fishing. They have some ponds there,
Nice.
uh, and all that. So it's
Let
in
me
a
ask.
right. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you this now. Dave last weekend went through a concealed carry pistol course.
Yes, I did.
Now, did they issue your permit right then in the spot, or are you waiting on that, or what? Are you going to be able to take your pistol on your hunting or your camping trip this weekend?
No, because it's a state park, so I can't take it with me.
Oh, it's a state park. Okay.
Um,
Had it not been,
yeah,
did they issue you the
no,
permit on the spot?
nope.
No.
So the
So it'll
way
be
it
mailed
works,
to you?
yeah. So the way it works is
Gotcha.
I pass the course, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have to wait. You have to Once you get the course done, you have to get fingerprinted.
Okay.
Luckily, the gun range that I went to, me and TJ got our finger. They did the fingerprints there.
Okay.
Did them the same day, but we were told we had to wait exactly a week
All right.
before we actually apply for the carry permit.
All right.
So a week was technically Sunday, so we waited till
Mm-hmm.
Monday. So me and TJ filled everything out online on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to pay another $75.
Hmm.
But it's officially like applied for. So now we
Mm-hmm.
have to wait probably like 30 days before we actually get the permit.
Okay. So when I go for a permit in PA, when mine's ready to expire, I think they send me a postcard in the mail anyhow. I think they still do. I could be wrong, but I'll go to the courthouse. I'll tell them I'm here for that, and I fill out the paperwork. I believe PA's is only, if I can remember correctly, it's $25 or $35. Can't
Hmm.
remember because ours is good for like 5 years at a time. And you go in and you get you get your photo taken, just like your driver's license. Are they going to
Yeah.
take your photo?
So when you apply for the actual permit, you have to send in like a passport photo.
Okay,
So
because
I sent that in. And
they
then what?
actually sit us down and take our photo here.
Yeah, we just do it with there's like an app you can download to take like a passport photo.
Okay.
Now once we get the Maryland permit in the mail, then I can apply for the non-resident PA.
Hmm.
Once I get that, I'm good to carry, I think, in 24 states.
There you go.
So,
Reciprocity laws.
yeah, I'll be packing in PA.
You'll be
I'll
packing
be,
in PA.
yeah, they'll say pack in your own state.
Pack your own state, Dave.
Yeah, pistol your own state.
Pistol whip you. Next time I
Yeah,
see you, I'm gonna pistol whip you.
yeah, you can try.
If it's within the 30 days, you won't have yours yet. I can pistol whip you.
21 feet.
21 feet.
21 feet is my safety zone. So
Is
if
that
you're that's what we were taught. If you're within 21 feet, you're in my personal space, and I'm gonna.
Did they go over any of the eminent domain stuff or castle doctrine or any of that where you can uh, like you can have the gun on you, and like if you're in your car, you can defend yourself out of your car.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That
they
that
went
type
over
of
all that.
thing.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
we can actually. A lot of people didn't. I didn't know it either, but we can carry concealed and then not concealed, open carry.
It's open carry. Yeah.
But they don't recommend it
Mm,
because you walk into a Walmart open carry, you're gonna have about 19 phone calls to the police station
right.
because
It
it's just
just it that just
yeah,
that just attracts attention, basically.
unwanted attention. Yep.
Yeah, you don't need. Nobody needs that.
No. Um, but I did get a couple different clips or carrying, holsters, and then we're gonna order we ordered a Glock 43.
Mm.
So
So that's a
um,
compact 9.
it's very small. It was on sale. It's $450.
Mm.
Um, so it's really small. So
And
they have
In Maryland, you can only have 10 in the magazine or 9.
10 total.
Okay,
So you could have one in the chamber and then 9 in the clip.
gotcha.
Yep. That's how Maryland's pretty strict with it. So
I wonder what that would cost you if you got caught with a extra shell or 2 in there.
I'm gonna probably take it away from you. But it's only
Maybe.
good. It's only good for a year. Their permit.
Really?
Then you got to go
Yeah,
back
I
and
for
take the
5.
class over again.
No,
But
you don't.
you got to go back. But it's only a 1 day class. Then once you take it, that after 1 year, it's good for 3 years.
Wow, that is stringent.
Yeah.
Phew.
And then in
The
October,
VA didn't have classes. You just applied.
I know. And then this is new. Like you couldn't do this before. This is all new to Maryland. Like in order to get it before, you had to have a reason. Like you dealt with money, business owner,
Right.
whatever. This is all new. But October 1st, the price of the class doubles, and
Oh,
they're
wow.
trying to make it into a 5 day class
Hmm.
instead of a 2 day class because they know there's
Everybody's going to start applying,
well
and
they
they'll
know
get it.
if they change it to a 5 day class, nobody's going to apply. Who can sit
Mm.
through a 5 day class and not not work for 5 days? So
See, I figured the opposite. I figured there's going to be people jumping all over it trying to get it because it's finally open.
well, I'm sure there is, but
You know.
yeah, what's going to happen when they do a 5 day class?
Yeah, 5 days. Who could do that? Jeez. You have to take a vacation to take a pistol class. That's dumb.
Yeah, I know, and it's already $350, so they're going to make it like $700
Jeez.
in order to take the class.
Yeah, you're right. I think it'll drop off then
Yeah,
for sure.
it's just Maryland. So,
Yeah, crazy.
um, but yeah, so not much not much deer stuff going on right now. I mean, I'm pretty
No.
much set. I got all my stands hung. Food
Did you
plots are.
plant any Egyptian wheat or any incognito or
I
anything?
did not
I didn't either because it's
because it's
just
so dry.
yeah, there's no moisture.
Yep,
So
I can plant that anytime. So
yep, yep. And I'm in no hurry because I mean it would always mature before season was there, and then it would get brown, and that causes it to get brittle.
hmm
And at that point, if you had a hard rain or a snow or a wind event, you're more apt that it would snap and fall over anyhow. So
yeah,
I kind of want it to be green and growing during the season.
yeah.
So the
Still plenty
later,
of time.
yeah, there's still plenty of time. So the later you get it in, you're not doing a bad thing.
Nope, not at all. But
Yeah.
I maybe have one stand to hang, and I found a new spot there where I was mentioned. I got to
Hmm.
hang one stand there.
I've got to
And
get
then
some cameras out. I have 0 cameras out right now.
me and TJ put more cams out, so all my cameras are out. I'm seeing velvet bucks. I saw my first fawn like a week ago
Mm, yeah.
on camera. Um, and then now we just basically sit back and wait till sometime in August and plant fall food plots
Mm.
and let it simmer.
Not to change the subject, but I had 10 doe in the backyard last night when I came in from fishing.
Meat and clover.
In that clover plot, it was 10 of them.
That's Comeback Kid, right?
That is Comeback Kid.
From Domain.
Yep. I had Hot Chick that I put in there last year in the fall with the blend that I planted, and then frost seeded with the Comeback. and it's just amazing how
You
thick it is.
remember you remember that client you went with me like 4 years ago, Casey?
Yes.
He messaged me yesterday. I haven't heard from him in a while, but he messaged me yesterday. Two pictures of Sugar Mama, and I think Comeback Kid from at Tractor Supply,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up buying it.
Okay.
Yeah, he was asking if it was the same stuff that we talk about.
Yeah. Right.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, he said they're all up in uh Tractor Supply up where he's at. Where was that?
Yeah.
I don't remember where was that. That was at.
He's
Where was that?
towards Blairsville, so it's
I'm.
not too far from where you're at.
Oh wow, is it up? Was it over there?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
down that way, yeah.
right, yeah.
Because he was like not too far from Irwin and Greensburg and Blairsville and all that's on Route 22 and 286 there. How they, I don't know. He was out that way.
Excuse me. So
Yeah, you wouldn't be real far from him, really.
okay, yeah, I have to see where he's at. But on the way home, TJ was adamant. This is I'm getting to it, the story, but TJ was adamant about finding a hunting store out
Hmm.
that way while we were there. So he searched on his phone on the way home. He found this hunting shop, right?
Okay.
And as many times as I've been there to the new farm, I've never really thought about it. Where's the hunting stores at? So
Hmm.
it's like a 15-minute drive, and it was on the way home. It looked like a house basically. We went
Okay.
in there. This place was packed to the gill. It had fishing, hunting, guns, a full-blown archery shop. They sold
Wow.
all your top end bows and everything. So we ended up buying ammo, 9 millimeter ammo, because it was dirt cheap. They had it. It was target rounds, but it was $18 for 50 rounds. So soon as we leave, and we were talking to the guy, we talked to him about fishing and hunting and everything,
Hmm.
and we ended up talking about Sad Daddy hunting blinds
Yeah.
because he's heard of them.
Oh,
Sad
okay.
Daddy hunting blinds.
Yeah.
Not 5 minutes after I leave the store, Joey Bruce calls me.
Get out.
I
How
haven't
weird is
talked
that?
I haven't talked to Joey in over a year,
Yeah. How weird is that?
and we ended up talking for about an hour on the way home. And he's got another blind for me whenever I want it.
You just have to drive down there and get it.
Yeah. So, and then he's gonna set me. He wants to set me up to be a um uh
Like a distributor, like,
not a distributor, but he wants me to work for him to sell Saturday hunting blinds.
oh,
So he's sending me a bunch of stuff, brochures and stuff, and
yeah.
try to get it into some shops and stuff like that. So um
He ain't looking to deliver them though, is he?
yeah, he delivers them.
Will he deliver them up this way though? I mean,
Yeah, but the store, if he gets them into a store, they have to buy a minimum of 8 blinds.
right? They'll have to buy so many, and then
Yeah.
he could probably drop ship them then.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
if there's 8 blinds, he will personally deliver them. So to any hunting store. So he's looking for distributors up this
Wow.
way. He wants to branch out because he's all the way down south.
Yeah.
So he was trying to get up to the northeast and kind of Midwest and all that. So I'm gonna work with him with that.
There you go.
Um, jumping into I got a couple questions here. The one I don't want to say it's funny, but because there's no dumb question or nothing like that, but somebody's asking, and this goes back to being basics, just basics of hunting. He says, "What do deer eat when there is no more green stuff left?" I'm
Oh.
convinced. I'm convinced planting food plots is the only way deer survive.
That is almost funny, but it's probably a guy that needed to listen to last week's podcast about
Yeah.
getting a starter.
So what do you want to tell Rob?
I'll tell Rob that they never needed our food plots. Our food plot is just a tool in the toolbox.
Hmm.
The staple of a deer's diet is obviously what's out there. It's any browse that they can get their lips around.
Yeah. So
You know.
what are they eating though when there's no green?
Well, the a forb is technically a weed. So like if you go out into a field that just looks like weeds, not only do they like like goldenrod and what's that other one I said last week came up when I did my food plot when I did my screening.
I can't remember.
Oh, they love it too, and everybody just wants to get rid of it all the time.
Talking about like
But
pigweed.
no,
I know they eat the crap out of that.
I can't. I don't know why. Ragweed.
Oh,
It's
ragweed.
ragweed.
Yeah.
They'll eat goldenrod, ragweed, any leftover clover, timothy, and those little forbs. Um, and in the winter, they'll transition over to harder stuff like twigs and buds off of trees. And right now, everything is green. They love like picking leaves off of oaks and sugar maples and things,
Hmm.
and they'll just eat the snot out of them green leaves. Now, when they go brown, like I said, naturally they go to other things like twigs and your favored landscaped uh, gardens or whatever you have. They'll get in your garden. They'll eat your grass out of your yard. Um, your favorite things like they love hostas. If you plant hostas or flowers, they love tulips.
They
Yeah.
eat them at my parents' yard.
Oh,
Hostas.
they just love that stuff. I actually saw a guy on one of those Facebook forums asking, what do you guys think if I plant a bunch of hostas for the deer? I said, well, if you got that much money and you want to spend,
They'll eat them.
they'll eat them. They will definitely come in and eat them. That would take a lot to build a food plot out of hostas, but
How funny would that be, hunting over like a 16th of an acre of hostas?
I mean, it would work. They
Yeah,
would be there every night, I'm sure.
that'd be pretty funny.
But yeah, they will. Rob, was it Rob? They will eat whatever ain't nailed down all spring and summer, and then like you said, they will eat the grasses. They will.
Yeah, so my answer to him would be, again, like you just said, food plots are supplemental. Food plots are relatively new, 20, 25 years old. Before that, we didn't have food plots. We
Right.
don't need to plant stuff for deer to survive.
Nope, nope.
It helps them for sure, but they don't need us to plant stuff for them. They got plenty of food to eat, and then now there are some areas where they're condensed down, and they're limited. But again, they know what to do to survive, and
Yep, God
when
created them that way. They'll do their own thing.
yep, and then like you said, when the green's gone, they just transition to a woody stem diet.
Yeah,
Tree, hardwoods, branches,
greenbrier.
everything. Yep,
Yep,
acorns. If you got, they'll eat the acorns.
yep.
And they'll transition to that time of year. You got apples and pears and all that stuff falling. So it's just they know what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
They'll whatever is available. They'll go for it. Opportunists. Whatever's dropping. Fruit, oaks.
So the other question here,
Hmm.
let's see. It's kind of a long one.
Okay.
It's from Jonathan. He said, I've been watching a lot of your videos, and at my deer stand, I'm wanting to put a clover food plot. I have a 200-yard lane in front of my stand, and there is about an acre in front of my stand where the summer loggers had it set up to load logs on trucks, so it's nice and clear. But half of it is just red dirt, and the other half is covered in like old bark and small pieces of wood about a foot deep.
Wow.
Could I spread seed on the old wood and possibly get it to grow, or I need to get a tractor out there and push most of it out the way, but I don't have access to a tractor without paying someone? I'm doing it all by hand. Any suggestions?
Wow.
Want me to go
Ooh,
first?
you can.
So
That's a tough
Jonathan,
one.
yeah. So Jonathan, if it's that thick of wood, pieces, I'm afraid that you're going to have to get them out of there. Um, it's going to take years for that, wood and stuff to decompose and all that and turn real soft. Um, that you can, rake it, drag it, whatever. But I'm afraid you're gonna have to rent a tractor for. It won't take long, but rent a tractor and get a lot of that, debris out of there so you can actually get down to soil. Um, that I mean, that's really the only way to do it,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know that I could even add anything to that except that your seed needs dirt.
Yeah.
You might something might sprout in some of that bark mulch or whatever you've got going on there, but it's not ideal. It's
No.
not ideal. You're not reaching down and getting good nutrients out of it. And
Mm-mm.
I would also question him if there was. He's saying it's clear, but when you look up, is it clear? Does he have any sunlight?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
add to all that. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm thinking, a backhoe or something for a day might
Yeah.
do him some good.
I mean,
Skid steer, backhoe, something.
yeah. I mean, they're relatively cheap. I mean, me and you. Well, I rented it, but you were there. It was like it was all day. It was like 275 delivered.
Yeah.
Just for a standard tractor with a bucket on it. I mean, you can get a skid steer probably be way faster.
Mhm.
But even then, I mean, how much? It was like what, 250 for the day
I think
delivered or
that was
something?
250 also, yeah. He
Obviously,
probably
it's gonna.
charges I was gonna say he probably charges more nowadays, but
Yeah, but it's gonna, I guess, be pendant, what state you're in and stuff like that. But
yeah, but you ain't
um,
doing that by hand.
no, you're
No.
gonna be out there for days,
Mm,
weeks. Trying. There's no way you better do it.
no.
So you got to save up.
Yeah.
Rent a skid steer, rent a tractor, get in there, and that's
Yeah,
that's gonna be your only bet.
get a couple extra hours of overtime and you'll have it, you know. What else you got? What else you got?
That's all the questions today.
What?
So, yep,
My
2 questions.
question is to you, are you gonna fish or what?
Not this week. I'm going camping this weekend, and then once I get through that and my birthday, hopefully there's some rain coming the end of the weekend and into next week. Hopefully the water level rises.
Mm,
Then I will be canoeing and fishing.
mm,
I'm telling you, this summer I'm I'm still doing deer stuff all the time. Whether it's emails or talking to clients that I've been to or whatever it is, I'm still there.
right.
You know, I'm just enjoying my summer.
Yeah, me too
It's
so
the
far.
first time, dude. This is the first time I went camping like this in 12 years.
I haven't been yeah, I haven't real I mean like real camping.
Yeah,
Cuz we've owned a camp ever since I was 11.
yeah,
We've owned a camp. So we never went camping. Like we went camping as kids, mom and dad used to take us when we
hmm,
were children, literal children. Um but mom and dad's like I said they bought the camp when I was 11. So there was no need to go camping.
right.
But I lived the outdoor lifestyle where, the fire, the outhouse, canoeing, fishing and hunting and things.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
just I'm enjoying my life right now.
yeah, I'm having a good time. I wasn't having a good time in turkey season per se,
You're
but
frustrated.
but I was very frustrated. They worked me over, those hens did, and I couldn't fool them. But I hunted every night for turkey except for like the last 2 or 3 days. I gave up.
Hmm.
I literally gave up. They were pressured so much on the public land that
Yeah.
they weren't even gobbling on the roost anymore to even let you know they were there.
Hmm.
They weren't doing it. So yeah, I gave up on that. But now I'm transitioned over to fishing, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm having so much fun. You know,
that's where I'm at right now. Fishing and canoeing and whatever else this summer brings. So
I might get crazy and buy a fly rod.
I never fly
I never
fish.
I never did it either, but man, the hatch that's coming off right now. Like I might not buy it this year and use it this year, but
Hmm.
thinking about getting one and then just like practicing in the yard or go down at the state park down there. I took you down there, didn't I? And showed
Yeah.
you that swimming area.
Hmm.
There's lots of room around it, so you'd be able to do your roll cast and that
Yep.
type of thing. And
Yep.
I might teach myself how to do that because like right now it is so hard to get them to bite anything. You know, like in a body of water situation. I mean, like when I go down the river and I'm hopping from rock to rock fishing structure, yeah, the bass are killing it. But uh, as far as trout, right now they're just hammering the whatever's hatching right now. I can't even remember what they're called, but like they would follow my lures right into the bank, but they weren't biting it.
Hmm.
And there was a young boy down there that had a fly rod, and he wasn't landing too many of them, but like he was hooking them and getting them halfway in, they got off, you know. But he was getting them, man. He
Yeah.
was getting them. That would be
Um.
fun.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. I did get my cameras out on public land, so
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, what is it tomorrow or Friday? It's supposed to be really chilly.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, Friday night, because
One
where
of
I'm
these,
going camping at, it's going down to 45.
yeah, one of these nights is supposed to be chilly, so I'm thinking about loading new batteries in all my cameras and going out and setting some.
It's a good time.
Yep,
Let
yep.
them simmer. I'm seeing
Well,
lots of velvet bucks.
not only that, but I'm still within range of possibly catching some bears.
Mm,
Right now is the bear rut,
yes, it is.
May into June,
Hmm.
and I might be able to catch a few bears on camera.
When I went bear hunting in Canada, they
Mhm,
told us to come the end of their season, the last week.
mhm.
It was like the second week of June because they said later toward the end of the rut, the bigger bears come out.
They're coming out and they're searching for
So
them females.
yeah, so they're in
Yep,
rut for sure.
yep, yep. So
All
that's
right,
what's coming up.
yeah, all right, Fisherman Chris. Happy birthday to myself. Good luck
Yeah,
fishing.
yeah, yeah.
Appreciate everybody watching. And this week there was a lot of comments actually that came in on the Apple iTunes
Good,
app or podcast app.
good.
So keep them coming. That's exciting. And
I did not have a phenomenal amount of views,
mhm,
but I had some comments, you know, some good comments and things.
yeah,
So
the audio on all the
platforms,
podcast platforms are it's doing pretty good.
it's taken
So
off. Huh?
yeah, so that's exciting. Um, so yeah, episode 24, video version on Fisherman Chris's channel, and we'll see you guys here next week.
Fish Slayer.
Yeah, hopefully next week too, guys. I'll have the plant tissue analysis. So
Oh, sweet.
hopefully that's my plan to have that podcast dedicated to
Good deal.
that. All right,
See you guys next week.
later.
Bye.